Turner Classic Movies ran a series of films recently about Italy, or set in Italy, and it began, of course, with Roman Holiday, the great movie from 1953, starring Gregory Peck and introducing the world to Audrey Hepburn. She won an Oscar for playing the princess, and deservedly so, and a lot of other awards, and became an instant overnight movie star and stayed that way for the rest of her life. The next film they showed was Light in the Piazza, a movie I've seen many times, a very interesting, strange movie. It was later turned into a Broadway musical. Then came this obscure little movie called Rome Adventure with Suzanne Pleshette. Remember, she was married to Bob Newhart on the comedy series. And Troy Donahue, who, by the way, was dismissed as just a kind of goofy, handsome guy, and he was very, very good in this movie. He was a good actor. The movie was not very much. It was made or released in 1962, and I recorded it, and I never did. Yes, I did eventually watch the whole movie, but I watched the first 15 minutes just before I was going to bed that night. And I was flabbergasted. I was dumbfounded because there before my very eyes, I have to tell you what the story is. The main character, Prudence, decides to leave her job in a library in middle America somewhere and travel to Italy. Fair enough. But suddenly there, spreading across the whole screen of my giant TV set, was the Cristoforo Columbo, the Italian ocean liner, been in mothballs for many years, along with its sister ship, the Leonardo da Vinci. And that is the boat on which I made my way from New York City to Gibraltar when I was 19 years old. Now, irony, that trip that I made was in 61, and this movie was released in 62, and so it had to be made practically. I didn't notice anyone making a movie when I was on the boat, and I was all over the boat, but practically almost on the same voyage. The movie takes place, of course, in first class. We were hardly in first class. There were 3 classes, and we were in, like, steerage in the worst cabin, furthest to the front, right up against the steel, and and below the waterline, of course, no windows. And the trip was supposed to take 4 days. It took 7 because we sailed directly out of the Hudson River and the site of the Statue of Liberty, directly into a force 9 gale, 50-foot swell followed by 50-foot waves, hundreds and hundreds of passengers. No, I think 1,000 or more passengers were sick. 60% of the crew was sick, and several people, including an old man in our cabin, died from seasickness and heart failure. Finally, after 4 days of this madness, we were able to calm down under sunny skies and relatively smooth waters and drink some fabulous ice-cold Moretti beer for 25 cents and have a pizza, also a big slice of pizza for 25 cents on the deck in the afternoon before going in for dinner. This was just a most amazing experience, the most amazing of which, the storm was pretty amazing, but also the sensation of seeing nothing on the horizon for days but the horizon. I think everyone in life should have that experience. Wonderful, unforgettable experience, led to a year of youthful wandering and carrying on in foreign countries. And what a delight, some 50 years later, to be reminded of it by these pictures of the Cristoforo Columbo. PICKLE. Sometimes ghosts from the past are the most wonderful and welcome surprise visitors.